Hi guys, welcome to A Godly Home. So Joe had asked me to take you guys along when I start my Christmas projects, gift making, wrapping, all that kinds of stuff. So this is going to be the first video in that series, and I thought I would get started early so that you guys have time to make some of this. So this is a hanging dish towel. It also could be used in the bathroom. It has the button hook that it can go over, the towel rod in the bathroom or your refrigerator handle, your stove handle, cupboard handle, something like that. This is 100% cotton and it's my own design. So I will show you how I make this. Now, Becky suggested that I crochet some towels, but then I thought, why not make them hanging towels? If you have never crocheted before, you can do this project. I'm going to show you step by step. It is so incredibly simple. You will need 100% cotton yarn. That's very important. You can either buy it in the big thing like this, and we will have other projects using this kind of yarn. It is cheaper per project to buy it in the big one. This is Sugar and Cream, the original, and it's 100% cotton. It says right there that it's 100% cotton. It's important to get the 100% cotton for these projects that I'm going to be showing. Or if you don't want to get it like that, and that's how I've been making them, is from the big one, you can get the little skeins like this. This one is Peaches and Cream brand. Okay, and I'm not sure how many of these little ones it's going to take. I actually am just starting a project, starting one of these towels using the little ones because I couldn't get the color I needed in the bigger skein. So I'll let you know at the end how many of these it takes to make a towel. Okay, so let's begin. Trying to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. All right, for your hook size, they label them all different now. They used to just be by letter, but now they do them by numbers and by letter. Okay, I want to use a size H, which is also known as a 5 millimeter or size 8. All right, you're going to start by just making a slip knot. Leave a little bit of an end. Okay, just a little slip knot. And then we are going to just make chains. Now let me see how many stitches we want. Okay, let's do 50. 50, chain 50. We want this a little larger because where it's 100% cotton, it will shrink. Okay, so here I am. I'm holding my tail in my right hand. I'm holding my hook like so, and then my other string in this hand. And I am just going to around and through the hole, around, through the hole, around, and through the hole, and I'm going to do this 50 times, and then we'll be back. Okay, so once you get your chain of 50, the next thing you are going to do is you're going to go yarn over, skipping 2 holes into this third hole, in through there, pick the yarn up. Okay, so you got 3 chains on the hook, yarn over again, pull it through all 3 chains, and repeat all the way across. Yarn over, in the hole. You're going to do every hole after you skip that 2. In the hole, pick up a loop, yarn over through all 3. That's called a half double crochet. Yarn over in the next hole, pick up the loop through the hole, 3 on, yarn over through the hole. I'm going to show you one more. Yarn over in the hole, pick the loop up, 3 on the hook, yarn over through all 3. Go all the way to the end. You'll have 48 of these half double crochets. Okay, so there it is, the whole length. Okay, now to start your next row, you are going to chain 2, 1, 2. You're going to turn your work over, okay? And you're going to go yarn over. You're going to go into the first hole, right here, okay? In there through 2 loops. Pick up your yarn through the 2 loops. You got 3 on, yarn over through all 3. That's a half double crochet. Okay, now we're going to go all the way across like that, every hole. Yarn over through these 2, pick up and through, yarn over through all 3, yarn over through these 2 right there, pick up the yarn, pull it through, got 3 on the hook, yarn over, through again. You're going to go all the way across. It will be 48 again. Okay, so that second row is all done, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, flip our work all the way over, and then we're going to go all the way half double crochets again, and yarn over and through the 2 loops, pick up the yarn, go through, you got 3 on the loop, over and through. For every hole, yarn over, down through 2, pick up your loop, got 3 on the hook, yarn over and through. Continue all the way across. You're going to keep doing this exact same thing for all the rows until you get to 38 rows, okay? You're going to just keep going with the rows till you get to 38 rows. Okay, I have completed all the regular rows that were just repeat rows. And now I'm going to show you how to do the hanging part of the towel, okay? So I've gone ahead and chained 2, just like we did on every one. And I'm going to flip it over, okay? And now I am going to double crochet in every hole all the way across, okay? So to double crochet, I go yarn over and through both loops of the hole, pull up a thread, okay? Then I'm going to go yarn over one more time, pull it through 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through 2 loops. I'm going to do that in every stitch across. Let's do another one. Yarn over through the hole with both loops, pick up a loop, okay, 3 on there, 1 over, makes it 4 on there, through 2, 1 over, through 2. Okay? Yarn over, through the hole. Okay? Yarn over, pick it up, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. That's a double crochet. I'll show you one more. Yarn over, through the next hole, yarn over, pick it up, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2, in every stitch across. Okay, so once you've gone ahead and you've done your full row of double crochet across, you are going to chain 2, just like we've done for every row, and turn your work around. Okay, now you are going to go ahead and double crochet in every other stitch all the way across, every other. Okay, after you get that row done, and see what it starts to do is it starts to gather up the towel, you're going to go ahead and you're going to chain 2 again. You're going to turn your work, and now you're going to do it double crochet in every third hole. So 1, 2, 3, right in there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, right in there, and go across that way. So after you finish that row, it's very gathered up along the top here. You're going to go ahead and you're going to chain 2, and you are going to turn your work, and you are going to double crochet in each of those stitches. All the way across. Okay, that gives me 8 stitches across here. Now, this part is not super specific, okay? You might have accidentally lost a few stitches throughout making all of those rows. If for some reason you don't have 8 stitches along here, just make sure you have an even number of stitches. So like 6, 8, 10, any of that will work. And even if you have to put 2 stitches in one hole to get it, just make sure you have an even amount of stitches, either 6, 8, or 10. Okay, now we're going to chain 2. We are going to turn this over, and we're going to do every stitch again, and we're going to do that for 10 rows. Okay, so after you do those 10 rows, what you've got is this long strip, and what this will be is where you button it over to hang it off of wherever you're going to hang it. Okay, so we're going to make the buttonhole, and that will be the last thing we do. We go 2, chain 2, turn. Okay, and then we're going to go 2 stitches, 2 double crochets, 1 in each hole. Now we're going to chain 2. We're going to skip 2 holes, 1, 2, okay? And now we're going to go ahead and we are going to crochet in the last 3. So what we have is we have, counting the chain 2, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 2 chains over 2 skipped, which makes the buttonhole, and then 3 on this side. So it looks like 3, a gap, and 3. Okay. Let's do one more row here. Chain 2, turn it. Okay, in each of the holes, 2 in the gap, and in each of the holes, double crochets. So it looks like this. Now let me show you how to end your yarn. Leave yourself decent length and just pull it through the hook for now, okay? This is what I have left over out of my second ball. So I'm going to say if you're using the little balls, it's only going to take 2, but you may crochet a little tighter or looser than me. So if you want to pick up 3 just to be safe, you can make either a dishcloth or a washcloth to go with this, and I'll show you how to do that. If you're working with the small balls and you need to start a new ball of yarn, the easiest way, if you are a beginner crocheter, is just go ahead and tie your 2 pieces together and continue to crochet, but leave yourself some length so that you can weave that in with a darning needle. And I'll show you how to finish this towel off. I have been having such a hard time to get this video filmed for you guys. I kept getting phone calls while I was trying to film. I kept getting my husband coming home early from work or breaking down and coming in with a repair that needed to be done on the log truck. You name it, it's happened. And I have been forever trying to get this finished and getting this, so I could post it for you guys that are waiting for videos like this. So I am going to try to hurry. I actually got him coming home early again today, but I am going to try to hurry and get this finished and get this video up before he's actually here and I have to stop filming. Okay, in order to finish this up, you're going to need a big button. It's about the size of a $50. You can get a package of these at Walmart very inexpensively, several to a pack. Like if you're going to make several of these for gifts, you can go to the thrift store, you can get something like this. You could take a button off of an old jacket or something that you're not going to be wearing anymore. Just get a big button of about that size. So we have all these loose ends and we have to sew those off. I have a nice big darning needle. And all I'm going to do is I am going to weave this in with the needle super tight so that it can't come out and trim it off. And I'm going to do that on every single one of these loose ends. And I'm going to try to do it in a way that you can't see that I've done it. So think about where and how you're pulling it through. And that's it. I don't have enough yarn to really poke it through much more. I'll go just as far as I can go, but I'm about out of yarn. Okay, good enough right there. Can you see? You really can't see where I wove that in, but it's nice and tight. It's not coming out. Now I'm going to trim it off super close. I'm going to do that on all the loose ends. And I can do all the loose ends off of camera. So let's go ahead and get this button on first. Can you see? You can see. Okay, it's going to go about there. I'm going to use a piece of my leftover yarn in this same needle. Okay, I'm going to double my yarn and tie a knot in the end. Okay, and now all I'm going to do is I am going to sew this button on right here at the bottom. And I like to do it in a X pattern, but you can do it however you like. Okay, see, it looks very nice like that. And then on the back, I'm just going to stitch over and over and over again, tie a little knot, and cut it off. Okay, and I will show you the project when it's done. Okay, guys, I am not even joking. There's something about this project. Okay, while I was trying to weave in these ends so I could hurry up and finish and then show you, what could be done with the leftover skein if you have a leftover skein, I get a knock at the door and I get asked if I can work the election for my town next week. And while I'm trying to write down that information and get back to this, my telephone's ringing. I don't know what it is, but it's beginning to crack me up. Maybe it's going to be like a viral video or something. Who knows? Anyways, I'm almost done with this. And here is our beautiful towel, all done. What a nice gift. 100% cotton. Okay, and I'll show you what to do for a dishcloth if you have a skein left, like I do,